edition of DXers Unlimited.
CQDX, CQDX, CQDX. This is Havana calling. CQDX, CQDX, CQDX. This is Radio Havana calling all shortwave listeners and radio amateurs. Welcome to... DXers Unlimited, Radio Havana's weekly feature dedicated to the fascinating world of radio communications.
Hi, my radio hobby fans all around the world. Hola, mis amigos aficionados de todo el mundo, now in Spanish. I'm your host, Arnaldo Arnicoro, radio amateur CO2KK, Charlie Oscar 2 Kilo Kilo, and yes, we are now on to our expecting a very welfare activities to continue, and that will bring some nice DX on the long wave and medium wave broadcast band. A quick scan on early Tuesday UTC, they brought several nice signals on the 25 meters international broadcast band. Broadcast is spanning from 11.6 to 12.1 megahertz. Así amigos, this is your favorite radio hobby show, reaching you when solar activity continues at very low levels according to the latest forecast by heliophysicists. Be aware that 2019 is the year of the quiet sun. I'm Manicoro, radio amateur CO2KK, with you from Radio Havana Cuba, where you learn about the more than 90 different ways that are open to radio hobby enthusiasts all around the world, and those in space too. Packet radio, again, to be on the air from the International Space Station soon. Amigos, radio is a very challenging hobby by all standards. Almost every day we find out about one new way of playing with our radios, and we have to learn about it. Take, for example, the increasing use of the two low-frequency amateur bands. Yes, I'm talking about the 2,200 meters band and the 630 meters band. A press release coming from Australia provides information about the new automatic beacon that has been granted a license by Australia's Telecommunication Authority. Here are the details. New beacon on 2,200 meters. The Gaburu 2 Radio Club in Australia reports the start of operation of a new beacon on the 2,200 meters band. The permission has been granted for continuous operation of the beacon on the frequency 137.444 kHz. Again, 137.44 kHz using the call sign Victor Kilo 4 Romeo Bravo Charlie. Again, the call sign of the beacon VK4RBC, located in Green Square QG62LW. Using the Whisper WSPR2, that's the digital mode, plus the CW Morse code identification. The power is 1 watt effective isotropic radiated power into a 500 meters long wire at 40 meters maximum height. The new beacon uses a very special digital mode known as WSPR2, known as Whisper, that is very effective for long distance communications tests. The low frequency band that is making headlines during the winter season of the Northern Hemisphere is located just below the AM broadcast band that starts at 130 kHz and stands up to 1,200 kHz. By the way, good news, U.S. radio amateurs have received access to the two new low frequency bands following the specifications for use by the International Telecommunications Union, the specialized United Nations agency that has to do with telecommunications that originated when telegraphy started way back in 1865. It makes it the most ancient telecommunications agency in the history of the world. Now, more about the low frequencies amateur band. The 2,200 meters or 136 kHz band is the lowest frequency band which amateur radio operators are allowed to transmit worldwide. It was formerly allocated to amateurs in the 2007 World Radio Communications Conference, WRC-07. The band is available on a secondary basis in all ITU regions with the limitation that amateur stations have maximum radiated power of 1 watt effective isotropic radiated power. The 2,200 meter band is in the low frequencies region, just below the 153 to 279 kHz long wave broadcast band. Now, almost empty because the stations are closing down there. The International Telecommunications Union 2007 World Radio Communications Conference in Geneva agreed a secondary allocation for amateurs between 135.7 and 137.8 kHz narrowband starting November of 2007. Prior to the ITU formal allocation, some countries did have access to those frequencies. A number of European countries have already allocated the 135.7 to 137.8 kHz band to amateur use based on specifications the Mines 1997 agreement. The allocation is on a secondary basis with a maximum ERP of 1 watt. Otherwise, the band 130 to 145.5 is allocated on a primary basis to the maritime mobile service and the fixed service. The main users are naval one-way transmissions and radio location systems. Now, some relevant technical issues. Some low-frequency transmissions require specialized equipment, usually custom-made by radio amateurs, experimenters, but now slowly becoming available from professional radio equipment suppliers. In countries where this allowed, maximum radiated power is usually limited to 1 watt, that's 0 dBW or 30 dBm, but practical equipment and antennas are made by amateurs. Reception also poses problems due to considerable natural and man-made noise and interference. QRM and QRM are very, very intense on those frequencies. Many users and experimenters have settled on extremely low computer-generated and displayed Morse code as the most common transmission mode. This mode is known as QRSS, where the doubling of the S emphasizes the extreme slowness of the transmission mode. The international Q code, QRS, means please send more slowly, or slow modes in radio jargon. So QRSS is extremely low speed transmission. And the other low frequencies amateur band presently authorized is known as the 630 meters assignment. Here is now more information about it. The 630 meters or 600 meters amateur band is a frequency band allocated also by the ITU to amateur radio operators, and it ranges from 472 to 479 kilohertz. That's 7 kilohertz wide band, very narrow but very effectively used by amateurs nowadays here around the world. And now at the end of the show, our high frequency propagation update and forecast, also including today the low frequencies. Solar flux hovering around 70 units. More good news for low band DXers. Yes, good news for all of you that operate on the lower frequencies. Typical winter time high frequency propagation conditions are bringing more activity on the 150, 80 and 60 meters out of the band, while the tropical 60 meters band broadcast from Cuba are being heard according to reports all around the world at this time. Send your signal reports and comments to info.rhc@enet.cu and via airmail to Icom Radio Havana Cuba, Havana, Cuba.
And that's all for today. This is Arnie Coro, Radio Amateur CO2KK, your host here at Radio Havana's DXers Unlimited, saying 73 and very good DX.
Thanks, Arnie. Arnie Coro with the weekend edition of DXers Unlimited. You tuned to Radio Havana Cuba.